Hello? I'm gonna be doing my makeup on stream. I have a little bit of makeup on. That's what we're doing today. So like 1/5 of what I used to do? At least not nothing. Hooray! Okay. I don't know how to drink tea apparently. Okay, hello. I'm a little bit out of it today. I didn't eat breakfast for a really long time. Oh, Mom!
Hi.
Thank you so much for 31 months. I am back. Bop, 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 bop. It is a beacon mic. Yes. Yes, I'm very fortunate that they sent me a beacon mic. I really like it. Jet lag getting to you? I don't think it's jet lag anymore. This morning I had to take Chili to the vet, and I just got back from Japan, so I didn't have food in my fridge. Oh shit. Yeah, actually, would you ping Discord? That would be helpful. Blind Dog, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. I really appreciate that. Thank you. What was it like traveling to the past after you were in the future? It was weird. But it was kind of like traveling to the future. It was almost the same as traveling to the future. Pretty much. So much support. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. No, this morning I got up and I was like, oh, time for breakfast. And I opened the fridge and it was like, oh yeah. I didn't buy groceries yet. I don't have food. I literally don't have food. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll go and get breakfast. Like I'll go to the grocery store and get some food. And then I called the vet and they were like, oh, we have an appointment available at like 9 in the morning. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll go to the store after the vet. And then I was at the vet for a long time. So then I got home with my food and I was like, so that's why I'm a little weird right now. I just have to have some time. I was looking at getting the Beacon Studio and Mix Crate set up, but I think they're still very much US and Canada based in terms of shipping. Oh, that could be true. That could be true. Yeah, that's what I have. I really like it. How was it filming the second season of Ashoka? It was so swag. The swaggest of all swag. Thank you, Beer Good, for pinging the Discord. I appreciate that. Because, yeah, I forgot to do that. But yeah, anyway, so it was a bit of a weird morning, but that's fine. Sometimes we have weird mornings. But yeah, going to Japan was really cool. The jet lag, honestly, for me isn't too bad because I can't really sleep on the plane there because whenever I try to sleep on planes, anytime there's a bit of turbulence, it like wakes me up and I get scared. Even though when I'm awake, I'm not scared that I'm on a plane, but for some reason, when I'm starting to fall asleep, then I'm suddenly scared that I'm in a plane. So, it makes it sleeping very difficult. Not to mention how fucking uncomfortable airplane seats are. Like, my ass goes numb.
Japan is my bucket list to visit.
I hope you get to go. It was crazy. It was so fun. Yeah, it's more jarring when you're, like, slipping into sleep and you're, like, forgetting where you are. I don't know if you guys have that when you go to sleep. But, you know, you start dreaming and you start, you know, your brain starts coming up with random scenarios. And then all of a sudden it's like, and it's like, I'm in the sky! My Audio Technica is acting really weird. When I boot up my PC, it autoplays music from Spotify and I can't, like, drag and drop stuff from the PC unless I unplug the mic. Only the mic does this. I have no idea what it could be. It's not like the mic has a button that can be pressed or something. That's really weird. Maybe, yeah. Does it need new drivers? I know that sounds like this, you know, a stupid question. You probably check the fucking drivers, but I don't know. Just in case you didn't think of it. Did you make it to the Japanese McDonald's? Did you get to try the shake fries? I did not eat any American chain food while I was in Japan. I guess with the exception of, like, I went to 7-Eleven. But no, I did not go to McDonald's. I don't eat meat, so McDonald's in Canada doesn't really have vegetarian options, so that wasn't high on my list of places that I should go. Someone's like clicking stuff or giving some kind of input. Also, I did not, and I 100% will now. It's fine after I unplug and replug it in, which is even more weird. That's super weird. Konbinis are a different experience in Japan anyhow. They're literally, it makes me pissed off because going to the konbini and getting food was so easy. Because I could just go there and get a rice ball and it was like $1.50. $1.50 at most of the time. Like, it was like, I would go and I would get that and I'd be chilling and I could get like so many snacks for so cheap. And then I come to Canada and it's like, all right, $10 a cinnamon bun. And it's like, all right, what do I eat? Like, man, yeah, there's super cheap, high quality food there. And so coming to Canada where the groceries are so expensive was like literally just like absolutely jarring. Like in the store today, I was like, this sucks ass. Like, I just want a fucking rice ball. Like, I really just want a rice ball. Like, I really like the rice balls. Thank you for the hype train. I really appreciate that. Level 4? What the fuck? Thank you. Thank you for the raid, Joseph. Damn, yeah, the food was great. And it, like, literally every konbini was, like, a 5-minute walk away. Like, it was so fast to go to the konbini. Like, even, like, if I'm lucky, I could live, like, 10 minutes away from a grocery store walking distance. But most people don't here. I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like, that's the thing that I liked about it so much.
Hey Happy, I love your pics. It looked like a blast.
Thank you so much. Thank you for 43 months. I've been watching some sumo stuff before the next tournament starts in a few days. And they interview them, a lot of them talk about how they need to eat more to put on more weight and are having a hard time gaining. I'm like, shit dude, come on a trip to America for a week. Yeah, that's so true. I mean, Canada's really gone to hell on food prices. I was working with a TV producer who lives in Toronto, and the guy had like nothing nice to say about the place. Yeah, the food prices are fucked up. Grocery stores are, I don't know if they're doing this in the United States as well, but they basically figured out that people need to eat, so they just have to pay the price of expensive food. So they're just jacking up the prices, and they keep lying. They keep lying and being like, oh no, we have to because of minimum wage increase. And it's like, we can literally see your profits are like over 100%. Like, we can, you know, we can see that, right? You know, we can fucking see that. Anyway, it just pisses me off because like, they're just like, we all know you're fucking lying. We just can't do anything about it because we need to eat. So obviously, you know, someone's about to get violent, but we'll get there eventually. It's gonna be fine.
Daddy dance, Olivia Lethal dance, Scooty dance, Squid Placky dance, Danger dance, Wendell One.
Thank you, Dr. Squat. Thank you so much for 6 months. I've just opted to eat less. Like, was this someone else's stream while you were gone and they used a sound alert that was 80? Can't really do much without it was 20, so here you go. Oh, thank you. The US already admitted to price gouging eggs and milk. Came out in a congressional hearing. Yeah. And kind of most people not knowing that kind of stuff, to be fair. Or to be honest. Yeah, to be honest. It's just, I feel like most Canadians know that they're price gouging. Maybe it's just most of the people that I talk to. But like, they can't keep saying this stuff for very long. Like, but anyway, whatever. It's fine. It was just very jarring going to a place like, literally I went to the grocery store there and they had chips for 99 cents. I haven't seen chips for 99 cents in like 5 years. Like literally, like if you want like a little bag of chips, it's like $3. Like, I'm 99 cents? Yay! And that was like 99 yen, so it's like slightly less than 99. The Canadian dollar is like a little bit better than the yen, but not by a lot. So we're all moving to Japan. Gas electric groceries keep going up, and there's always a report of them saying all these companies are making billions, but they need to put stuff up more. Yeah. Like, we actually need to increase it more. I'm buying a new boat. Three big grocery store chains in Norway got hit with massive fines for jacking up prices during the crisis. I hope we do this in Sweden too. That would be great. Drug companies are the worst for that stuff. We'll have to charge you $1,000 a month to cover the costs of all our failed R&D. You know, I can look up the finances with one Google and see you guys made $5 billion on a single drug last year, right? Right? Yeah, no, it's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, the food there was so good. It was so good. It was amazing. And I don't know how many of you like actually see my Instagram, but I had Japanese grapes. It didn't really occur to me that the fruit there would be different. Like I thought all the world was just eating the same grapes. Like, I don't know. You know? Like, I don't know why that didn't occur to me that maybe different places would have like a different kind of fruit, but it is the same fruit. So, yeah, the grapes tasted like grape candy. I think that's literally what grape candy is based off of. It tasted like grape candy, but it was actually grapes. I was like, what? Like, that's real? Like, I know that you can eat certain fruits and it tastes like the candy or whatever, or like, there's like ones that are based, but I thought, because like, American grapes still kind of taste like grape candy. You know, it tastes like maybe they enhanced the flavor or something, but it literally tastes like grape candy. But it was like, it was actually just fruit. It was actually just, it was like, I don't know, it was life-changing. Oh yeah, I forgot to post what flavor those chips were. So, the poll was really, so I posted a picture of this chips that I bought. And I made a poll where I asked, like, what flavor do you guys think this is based off of, like, just by looking at it. And, it was between, like, salt and pepper, spicy, chicken, and barbecue. And, people were tied between spicy, chicken, and barbecue. Like, basically tied. I think more people were voting spicy, but it was by, like, 3 people. It was chicken flavor. It was chicken consomme flavor. It was chicken consomme flavor. I bought it because I thought it was a spicy flavor. I didn't, like, translate the bag, so I was like, this is probably just, like, spicy flavor. And then I brought it back, and I translated it, and it said chicken consomme, and it was double chicken consomme, so it was, like, double the flavor of their normal chicken consomme flavor, and then it was flavored with real pork. With real pork. Not chicken. There wasn't chicken in it, but there was pork in it, so I couldn't eat it. But I was like, what the fuck? I did not think that was chicken. The extra chicken, now with pork. Yeah, so I couldn't eat them. My sister said they tasted just like a roasted chicken. But her boyfriend said it tasted like all dressed minus the tang. And she said that he was crazy for saying that. That didn't make any sense. To be fair, my first thought was spicy, and then I was like, no, she would not be posting it if it was that obvious. Yeah, I thought people would probably be less inclined to say spicy just because of the implication of me asking that question. But later, like, literally, I just thought it was gonna be spicy flavor. So, I lost the chip roulette.
Welcome back, LFG.
Thank you so much, Joe Ninja. I really appreciate that. Thank you for 1 year. Those are 2 different, yeah, very different answers. Very different answers. I thought there was no way that you would have just gotten chicken. Yeah, like literally I just bought it because I did that with the nori flavored chips, and the nori flavored chips, I thought maybe they were dill pickle, which is a little crazy because I don't think they had dill pickle flavor anything in Japan, but I don't know. I just went off of vibes, and then it was nori flavor, and I really liked it. I think it's one of my favorite chip flavors now. But, yeah, so I did the same thing when I saw the same brand again. I was like, this is probably spicy flavor. And then it was literally, literally fucking chicken, which consomme is like the base that they use for soup, by the way, if you don't know. So it's like chicken soup flavor, basically. Chicken flavored chips is kind of odd to me. Like, no hate, but it's not a flavor I would expect. Yeah, they had lots of, it was kind of cool seeing all the different kinds of food that was like commonplace there, because like they had lots of like different flavors of things that you wouldn't really see in North America. So I thought that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed eating the different foods there, even though I couldn't eat, like, they put meat on a lot of stuff in Japan. Like, it's actually pretty hard to be vegetarian in Japan, let alone vegan. they love to put like meat and eggs and so much stuff. So yeah, people don't think so, but it's true. They put meat in a lot of things. Like, you have to really check because like they don't like even stuff that is labeled like vegetable will just have like meat in it. That it'll be like, this is a vegetable thing, but you'll look at the ingredients and it has meat. So it's kind of difficult. But luckily, I eat fish, so that was like the safest way for me to avoid eating meat was if you ordered like seafood stuff, usually they didn't put meat in that, just the fish. So that was good. No, I did not stream from Japan. I barely got any content in Japan. I was like, I don't know. I don't even know. I just didn't. Anytime I see Sumo guys make food, they have cooking YouTube. I can't believe how much meat goes into it. Yeah, they really like their meat there. How was the sushi? Life-changing? It was literally, it was so good. The sushi, I went to the sushi place and it was literally like, the fish, I can't really explain it. It's like it melted in your mouth, but it's sushi, so that sounds like it's gross and bad, but it was really good. Like, it was so good. Yeah, I barely got to, so I got to Japan and they delayed my flight for like, and it was also a pain in the ass because I decided to book through a fucking travel agency, like one of the online travel agencies, and that was dumb, and they were very hard to communicate with. They were so hard to communicate with, and so getting them to like change my flight over was such a pain in the ass because literally I had to fight for them not to just cancel the trip. Like, the first, they changed my flight so that I would have a 12-hour layover in Edmonton, randomly. And I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. What? Like, and that literally pushed the, like, so that I would be arriving the next day at the same, so it pushed the trip by literally 24 hours. So I'd be arriving 24 hours later than I initially had booked. So I was like, hey, what's this about? And like, I started talking to them, but then I had a nail appointment, so I was like, okay, I have to come back and talk to them again, right? So I go to the nail appointment, I come back, and then this time, so the first person who I talked to, like, briefly for like 1 second before I had to leave.
Yay.
Thank you so much for 5 months. I really appreciate that. They were like, hello, this is so-and-so. I see that your flight has been changed. Is this what this is about? Like, they were very professional about it. So the next time and I'm doing the chat because I was on hold for them for like an hour and I got disconnected. So I do it through the fucking chat, and the person's like, hello. They gave me their name. They're like, hello, this is Michael. Sorry, Mr. Michael Mouse, if you're there. They're like, hello, this is Michael. And I was like, that's it. That was their message back. And I was like, hello? Like, hi, Michael. What? Like, I've never had customer service answer like that, so I was like, hello, like, I need help with my trip. And then they were like, can I get your birthday and full name? And I was like, don't you have that? And they were like, yes. And I was like, okay, so then you don't need it, right? And they were like, no. And then I was like, okay, cool. So anyway, my trip has a 12-hour layover all of a sudden. Could I get that fixed? And they were just like, you could just refund. Okay, we run into one problem and you're like, just refund. And I was like, no, I'm not looking to just refund. Can we find a new flight? No, there's no new flights for that date. Okay. What if there was a flight on the next day? Anyway, I ended up being like, I don't want to talk to you, actually. I'm going to talk to someone else because they're being very frustrating and like super slow to answer. So, but right as I told them I didn't want to talk to them anymore, the site went down and I got an error that said 404 forbidden, and I thought I got banned from the site. And then I was like, what? Did I just get banned? I was so stressed about it. But then, yeah, like 45 minutes later, the site went back up. It was fine. The next person was normal, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll just move you to the next date. I was like, thanks. And this time, it wasn't cited because due to typhoon. It was like something to do with the airport that I wanted to leave out of or something. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so then everything was dandy. Then, alright, I dropped Chili off at the place where he's gonna get taken care of at. And then I fucking drive all the way home. And, oh, guess what? Your flight was canceled. It was canceled. But I didn't get that information from, the travel agency. I got that information because I went to check in for my flight and I couldn't. And then I was like, why can't I check in? And then I scrolled down and I see my flight was just canceled minutes ago. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So then I contact travel agency and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, so then I start sending them links. And so I get connected to Yancy, okay? I remember their name, Yancy. Motherfucker, Yancy, you bitch. Fuck you, Yancy. Sorry, I'm pissed off at Yancy. Yancy's my enemy.
He asked what your birthday to find out how good of customer service he was going to give you. If this bitch is a Leo the first, swear to God she's getting the runaround Kappa.
True. But yeah, so Yancy answers me, alright? And I'm like, hey Yancy, listen, my flight was just canceled like a couple minutes ago. I'm trying to find a resolution for this. You want to help me out, buddy? And he goes, oh, you could just refund. The problem solving is on 0. What if we problem solved, Yancy? Fuck! Problem solving! What? So I'm like, I would rather not just, give up immediately and refund. Like, what if, we looked at different options? And so then he's like, okay, I can get you on another flight in like 5 days. And mind you, Yancy is taking 20 minutes in between each message to respond. 20 full fucking minutes. So I'm sitting here like a dick. Like, am I going to Japan or not? Like, what's happening? So, I'm like, is there anything that can be done? I see this policy here. Could I be put on another airline? Nope, we can't put you on another airline. And I'm like, okay, why? And he's like, because we can't. And I'm like, okay, I just sent you the policy that says that you can. Actually, no, we can't. Okay, thanks, fuck you, Yancy. Thanks. Anyway, and then I was like, okay, well, my trip is getting moved by 5 days. Could I extend the trip by 5 days? And then he was like, yeah, that would cost you money, though. I was like, okay, well, how much money? Then, I literally talked to this guy for so long, and then disconnected. All of a sudden, new person. Hello? Hello? And I'm like, they're like, what's the problem here? They don't even have the chat history. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So I'm like, hey, I'm really upset. I'm really frustrated. They're like, I'm sorry this isn't going how you want. And I'm like, it's not going how I want. It's because I fucking hate Yancy. Anyway, this is why I hate Yancy, though, because I talked to this person, and I'm like, okay, this is what I need from you. I need you to find me the closest flight to Japan, and then tell me how much it would cost to extend my trip. And they're like, okay, this is the closest flight. Now 6 days, by the way, because all these people are rushing to get onto the next flight to Japan. So now I have to wait 6 days. Thank you. Because Yancy took for fucking ever to type in 3 words. Sorry, Chili. Sorry, buddy. Anyway, so this person is like, they give me the next flight. I'm like, okay, and how much would it be to extend the trip? And they're like, it wouldn't cost you anything. It's free because your trip was delayed by so many days. Yancy, you motherfucker. Yancy, you bitch. Yancy, you wasted so much of my time. So anyway, I was like, oh, okay, perfect. Let's extend it to this date. Thank you very much. And they were like, okay, no problem. Bang, bang, boom. Done. This person, way more competent. Yancy, Fuck you, Yancey. Hate you, Yancey. Anyway. Fucking hate Yancey. Why would Yancey just lie? Why did he? That's why he disconnected though. Because when I was like, how much it would cost to extend my trip, and he disconnects is because he probably realized, oops, I lied because I just wanted this person a refund. Because like, I'm underselling to you. Yancey asked me to refund, I think like 3 times. Like he kept on being like, you should just refund. Yancey, what? What? Yancey, there's like literally a button for me to refund. Like if I wanted to refund, like I would just refund. Anyway, I hate Yancey. Fucking Yancey. Anyway, the next person was really nice. They were really great. Their name was Nala, I think. Thank you, Nala. You're fucking swag. Loved you in Lion King. You were great. Did you save the chat log for customer relations? I don't think I did, honestly. I was trying so hard to salvage the Japan trip. I was just like, I don't even think I thought of that. But, yeah. I did manage to go to Japan. And yeah, that is right. Chili is in a cone. He is in a cone because he had surgery. He had surgery. Listen. Japan was great. This going straight from Yancey was a motherfucker to Chili and surgery makes everything sound terrible. Japan was awesome. I had a fun time. So many good things happened in Japan. However, Chili had surgery. Ding ding ding. Yes, he did bite his tail. You guessed it. Woo! Yeah, he bit his tail. So let me explain what happened. So he was in the care of Leon's mother. She was very good with him, very great. You know, he was taking his pills, everything was fine, everything was chill. She took great care of him. And then one day, she comes in the room to check on him and his tail's bleeding. She's like, oh shit. And so she sends me some pictures of it and I'm like, you better take him to the vet. So she takes him to the vet. And so the vet finds, not only has he bit his tail, and it, you know, it's obviously, you know, that's not good. He's been biting his tail. But he's been biting his tail to the point where it hasn't been bleeding, but to the point where it's enough to get infected. So he had, oh, just sneeze. Excuse me. So he had, little, I guess, like, cuts or whatever up his tail, that were infected. So they had to remove 1.5 inches off his tail. Yeah, so basically why this might have, so there's a couple theories. What I was looking into and researching, so we gave him, he takes gabapentin, right? And this is what he takes gabapentin because the vet said, like, oh, some cats take issue with their tail. This is what I've heard helps, you know, whatever. So, this is what it is. It's called, like, hypercythemia. And, basically they have, like, really sensitive skin and they, like, can't really feel their tail. And so then they think that their tail is, like, a problem, like something bugging them, and then they keep trying to, they basically will keep attacking it until it hurts, and then they realize it's part of them. And they're like, oh shit, that's me. Which makes sense. He has other signs of this, condition. He gets skin rippling up his back, and then he'll, like, turn back and, like, bite. And the videos of other cats look just like Chili when he's getting, like, when he's having it, like, they have, like, little episodes. So, yeah, basically what they do is they give him the gabapentin. He should be on a higher dose, though. And then also is, apparently Thunder Shirts, is, supposed to help. It's not a side effect no, the gabapentin is meant to help him. It is not a side effect of the gabapentin. The gabapentin helps. So, yeah, without the gabapentin was how it happened in the first place. So those are like mad. Yeah, the thunder shirt is basically like a little harness that animals wear, and it makes them feel safer. I don't know the psychology behind it, but apparently people who have cats who have this have found luck with it. So that's one of my next possibilities. There is a possibility that when they did the first surgery on his tail that they fucked it up and his nerves were upsetting him, and now that they've removed this end of his tail, he'll just be fine and dandy and nothing will happen. That is a possibility. However, because he does get the skin rippling, I do think that it is the first thing. But, you know, it would be great if that was actually the case. I mean, not really, because then I feel bad that he's been going through that, but just for the sake of that, he won't continue to do this. In some extreme cases, people do have their cat's tail removed, but that is like a last resort. Like if the thunder shirt doesn't work, if gabapentin doesn't work, that would be down the road a possibility, but it's like you really don't want to fucking do that. Like you really don't want to just amputate their tail off, because they need those. So, but it is, if we can't fix it, that is something that could happen. But it's not something we're looking into currently. So yeah, I feel like the thunder shirt will help. And then also, yeah, just increasing his dose of the gabapentin. I talked to the vet today, obviously, because he also had a bit of a swollen lip. But that was probably, they gave him Metacam and then also steroid antibiotics, which sometimes leave these little lip lesions, or possibly it was allergies. I don't know. We have some stuff. So yeah. So, you know, he's fine. He's doing really good. And today at the vet, is it worthy of surgery at his age? Yes. He's older, but he's not like fucking ancient. Like he's not like ancient on the door of death and we're like, oh, you know, like he's doing really good. So yeah, sir, he's definitely worth going through surgery, but I mean, obviously I don't want to resort to that. I will do everything I can to avoid having to have him go through that, because I do think that it would suck. My neighbor's cat had his tail amputated. He's doing fine. He's been for years. Yeah. It's a bit of a disability, but, you know, I mean, that would be in order to not have to keep just removing inch after inch off his tail slowly. But hopefully this is the last time that something like this happens. But yeah. So Chili he's older, but he's an orange tabby. The vet just checked him out. They're not treating him like he's on death's door, like he's fucking ancient and dying, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about it. So he's doing good. We don't have to worry about that right now. Even got his blood work done today. He's looking good. So, yeah. But, yeah, he did really good at the vet today. Normally he, like, hisses and, like, threatens them quite a lot. And he was actually so good. The vet actually, like, was, like, touching him and he wasn't, like, swatting at her today. He's never been this good at the vet in ages. So I'm very, very happy, because sometimes it's so difficult for them to check him and everything, but they said that they discovered if they took him out of his carrier, he was actually better, which before they thought that he would be better if they left him in his carrier. So literally so glad he's getting to be a little bit more friendly. So I'm very glad about that, because it's very hard to take him to the vet and he's just like won't let them fucking look at him, and I'm like, please. So he's doing good. He was very snuggly last night. He's eating just fine. You know, he's healthy. He's good. We just have to take his stitches out next week. And yeah, I'm gonna get him a thunder shirt. Eventually, he's gonna get his cone off once that's fully healed and all good. And then hopefully he's done. He's done his thing with his tail. That would be very nice and good and not bad if that happened. So, yeah, that's basically like the Chili update. We had some pretty good snuggles last night. He's like a major fucking bed hog though, and like with the cone, it's like he's a bit worse, even. But yeah, like I sleep on like a Japanese futon on the floor, and next to the couch, and sometimes just like slowly, in the night, he'll just like push me until I'm literally like my back is up against the couch, and I'm like literally on my side, and like, and I wake up, and he's just like horizontally like splayed out, taking up all the space, and I'm like, please move. So, Fred was always body slamming, like he would jump onto the bed that was pretty high and then land on my stomach. That's so funny. Yeah, he woke me up a couple times, but overall he's doing very good. He's being a good boy. I'm very proud of him. So, Yoshi likes to sleep on my pillow with me, so I end up almost on my pillow by the morning. That's so cute. But yeah, so he's doing okay. He's got a cone on, but he's been very good. Even after, like, if the cone is, you know, very precautionary, he hasn't shown any interest in, like, getting at his tail at all. I mean, obviously I need to be very careful because he's a sneaky little fucker. But I think that the increased dose of gabapentin is also helping him. So this is good. I had a lot of fun. August apparently is like the worst time to visit Japan, and I definitely understand why. It was so hot and so humid, and like every day it was like the world's biggest typhoon is about to hit, and it's gonna hit all of Japan, and there's not gonna be power. And they just kept on saying that every day until it got smaller and smaller, and did hit a section of Japan, but it was like, okay. So that was kind of funny. I mean, not particularly, but like my sister's boyfriend is close friends with a person who is from Japan and lives in Japan, so getting like his input and insight on stuff was really great. And he was just like, every typhoon they say is gonna be the biggest typhoon. We're like, how do you prepare for the typhoon? He's like, I buy some rice and water. We're like, oh, okay. I did go on, there is a couple places that I went to. Mostly, I walked around Yoyogi Park a lot. It's like this big park that has lots of like, it has like a bird sanctuary and lots of trees, and like, they have like a big shrine there. And it's really beautiful. So, that was really nice. No, the weather was not rainy and bad most of the trip. They just kept on talking about the typhoon. It rained a little bit, but it was so fucking hot. That was why people say like, don't come to Japan in August, because it's so hot and it's so humid. And like, I've experienced some hot and humid, but like, this was not something I felt before. And there was like lots of other people I saw online talking about it, because it was like I did not know I could sweat like that. Like, I did not know I could sweat like that. Like, I would go outside and like I could feel sweat like running down my back. Like, I was like I think all of the water that I got in me, like, didn't, like, it came out of my pores. Like, it was crazy. It was so crazy. And, like, it's crazy because I'm, like, all my clothes are, like, soaking wet. My hair is, like, fucking, it's like, all of the brushing I did doesn't matter anymore. It's, like, starting to get, like, a weird wave to it. And, like, you know, I'm, like, fully, like, a wet rat. And then you look at the locals, and they're just, like, they look, like, I'll be, like, in, you know, like, summer clothes, and someone's just, like, in what I'm wearing now. And, like, they don't even look like they're breaking a sweat. They don't even look like they're breaking a sweat. Like, there's dudes in, like, full fucking suits. And you're like, this is nuts. Like, that's crazy. Can't wear cotton. Yeah, a lot of people don't wear, like, much cotton there, is what I heard. The clothes don't seem to be mostly made out of cotton there, but I did get a parasol, and it was swag. It was great, but yeah, it was so humid and so hot, and like I did notice that people were definitely also noticing the heat. Like, people walk around with little hand fans, and then they also get sweat rags. I got a Totoro sweat rag, but like, it's like commonplace to carry a fucking sweat rag with you so that you can like dab your face. But like, it just did, like, on them, it didn't look like I'm rat mode, like fucking ugly as hell. And the locals are just like, their hair is like shiny and perfect. Their face looks great. They don't look like they're sweating at all. And I'm like literally dripping in sweat. It's so gross. It's so gross. The fabric? I don't know. It's like a blend of something. I'll have to like look at what this is made of. Because I bought clothes in Japan, but I need to read that. Yeah, it is like a sauna. It was like a sauna outside. It was crazy. And like the rain was kind of nice because it would cool it off just a little bit. But you know, you were kind of wet anyway. But it kind of depended. It kind of depended. So, I think it kind of depends on what you cover your skin with. I'm sure that the people who wore like long sleeve white shirts and stuff were doing better at staying cool. But a lot of people are wearing long sleeve black. Which I don't know how that would help them stay cooler, but they looked cool. But I mean, I'm sure living there helps you acclimatize, because I think slowly I started to acclimatize, because by the time I got back to Canada, I was like, whoa, it's cold. And it like isn't really even cold. It like isn't really even cold. And I'm like, ooh, it's cold. So I don't know. It was definitely very hot though, so it makes sense why people are like, don't go in August, because there's lots of typhoon warnings, there can be earthquakes, and also it's fucking hot. It's also fucking hot. Also, fall just started, so slowly as time went on, people started wearing like fall clothes, which was crazy. Like I literally saw someone in a whole ass parka, and like some of them have air conditioned like jackets they put on, so, and it wasn't air conditioned. They were just wearing a fucking winter jacket. And it was like 30 degrees Celsius, not even including humidity. It was like, why are you wearing a winter jacket? What are you doing? It was black. It was black. It was a black puffer. It was a black puffer. It was a black puffer jacket. I don't know. I don't know. Like, maybe there was some technology to it, but I don't know. I think they might have just been wearing that. I don't know. It was confusing. But definitely, you know, feeling the Canadian there though, for sure, because I think that heat was just like more shocking maybe than to some other people probably who live in warmer countries. Like if you lived in like, yeah, like Thailand or something and you went, it would probably still be a little bit hotter, but I don't think you would be like dying. Like, you know. You're just jealous you didn't choose to commit all black? I did though. But I did though. All my clothes were dark. Listen. I'm not gonna wear the bright colors, okay? And like, so me being hot, yes, but I was also not like I wasn't wearing this outfit. But yeah, my skirt, my shirt. Sometimes I have like darker red clothes that I wear sometimes, but most of the stuff I was wearing was black. I like to wear black. But yeah, I did buy a UV umbrella parasol, and it was great, and I love it very much. I also bought a nice umbrella that's supposed to be windproof, and then one time, and it like literally said it wouldn't turn inside out, and then it turned it inside out on me. But it's fine, whatever. Probably do the same when I go, but I probably, yeah. People say don't go in August. Apparently it's like cheaper to go in August, but it makes sense because yeah, what typhoons can also lock you in your house or your hotel or wherever you're staying for a couple of days, which is not ideal when you have a limited time there for vacation. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's cheaper if you get a refund. Yeah, woo! October 5th, yeah. I think going in the fall would be really nice. That'd be really nice. People underestimate how humid Japan is. Kind of funny how often you see it in Japanese games too. Pacific Ocean bringing that hot equilateral water up. Yeah, it's so hot. And honestly, it was so funny because like we went to the beach. I posted a TikTok with it, and the sand was black. It doesn't look as black as it did in person, but the sand was black. But the problem with the sand being black though is the sand was so hot. The sand was literally so hot And like the waves were like angry and the wind was angry. It was a very angry beach. And my sister's boyfriend was talking. He was like, it makes sense now when you play Super Mario Bros. 3 and there's that level where the sun tries to kill you, because that is like literally what it's like in Japan in the summer. And it's like, yeah, actually, that makes sense why they made that fucking level, because it is like the sun is trying to kill you. It makes perfect sense. I saw some news about the typhoon. It seemed pretty intense. Yeah, there's some flooding in some of the towns. It definitely, like, it was still bad. It sounded like they made it sound like we were all gonna like maybe it was gonna turn into a hurricane. We're all gonna die. Like I would open TikTok and it'd be like this guy being like, so the typhoon is now apparently turning into a hurricane. This is the craziest typhoon since Hurricane Jeb. But it was nice because, yeah, my sister's boyfriend friend was like, no, they say this every time so that everyone goes to the store and panic buys stuff. It's like, oh, okay, so we shouldn't be worried, but like we should be prepared. Okay. The beach it was honestly, it was so nice. It was so nice. Getting to the beach felt like I was trying to survive. I got like really motion sick on the trains that day. So, and I also fucking slammed a coffee because I don't know if I want to share their name. So my sister's boyfriend's friend's mom came and she bought us all coffee, and I didn't see that they had tea on the menu, so I got the coffee. And then there's like a thing where you want to have all the food that you get, like, and I don't know, I thought maybe that applied to the coffee, right? So, and I noticed everyone else drank their entire coffee, so I drank the entire fucking coffee. And I did not feel good after. But I did it anyway. The public transit was so sick. It was so good. It was so beautiful. And it wasn't too hard to navigate. The worst train stations for navigating were the ones that were just under construction. Because then the signs weren't exactly correct sometimes, because you'd walk over there and then there'd be like construction and then there'd be like other, and you'd be like, where the fuck am I? But yeah, being able just to hop on a train or on a bus and it's like actually very effective was really nice. Just being able to get to like different areas of the city in like 20 minutes by getting on a train for a couple bucks was really nice. Yeah, the public transit honestly kind of reminded me of the public transit in Toronto, but like definitely a little bit better and more complex. But yeah, it was really nice. Oh my god, the day we went to the beach though. So my sister's boyfriend's friend has a friend who has a beach house where we went to that beach. So we went to that beach house, and then my sister's boyfriend's friend and his wife made us, like, cooked for us, and they made us like the most amazing food, like the most amazing meal. Like they literally, like, they were so nice. Just give him a nickname. I don't know what to nickname him. I don't know what to nickname him. Nancy. Not Yancy. Okay. Mance. No. We'll call him, I don't know if I want to call him Nance. Yuki? Yeah, you know what? We'll call him Yuki. Just like Fruits Basket. So, Yuki and his wife made us the most amazing food. Like, literally, there was like a charcoal grill outside and they just like cooked for ages, and we were just like bringing us more and more food. And we were just like, thank you. And I kept on being like, do you want help? And they were like, nope. And I was like, all right. So, yeah, it was crazy. So they're the ones who gave us the grapes. They're literally the most amazing grapes ever. And then also they made this fucking salad. So good. I don't even know. It was literally like a normal salad, but it was so good. And then they like grilled up some mushrooms, and they grilled corn. They also grilled different kinds of fish. It was so good. Literally, I think we spent like several hours just like eating, because they would just like, we'd be sitting and then they'd just bring us more food. I don't know. It was actually so amazing. Apparently material is more important than the color. Clothes that lets your body evaporate. Lots of sweat is good while blocking out some of the sun. If you want to read about it, there's an article from BBC Future. Thank you. Alright, I drank all my tea. But yeah, so that was so crazy. They were so kind. They were literally so kind, and it was so nice. Yeah, and that was actually probably one of my favorite parts of the trip, was just like all that food that they cooked for us was so good, and they were so nice. Yeah, it was really nice. Unfortunately, that was the night that I found out that Chili injured himself, and I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? Ah! So kind of, you know, put a bit of a damper at the end of the night there. After a wonderful day, but that's okay. That's quite alright. Because yeah, it ended up being fine, everything's fine. So that's good. The tail end of the night, hey! Yeah, they were very, very sweet. Actually, it was funny, because Yuki's mom, when I met her, we were all sitting at the table, and I was like drinking that coffee, and then she stops and she goes, "Your style is very kawaii. Do you watch anime?" I was like, is it? Yes, I do. Is that? Do I look like I'm here because I watch anime? Oh no. You don't gotta call me out like that. Yeah, but it was very sweet. She meant well, and she was not like saying it in a mean way at all. But it was very sweet to have my my style be called kawaii, and I think she was just trying to say that she noticed like a Japanese influence in my clothes, which I would say there is, definitely. So that's funny. That's a safe assumption for most people, especially in the alt. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, she was really sweet. She was really nice. Yuki and my sister's boyfriend have been friends for a really long time. They went to university together, so that's why, you know, this was a very important, cool thing where, you know, my sister's boyfriend could come visit him finally after all these years. So, yeah, it was very cool. I also went to the thing, you might have seen people post about it. I'm gonna be posting pictures and like videos of it eventually. I went to a thing called Team Labs. I was actually warned by someone that maybe Team Labs was a bad idea because apparently people would get infections on their feet because you walk through water. But it smelled like chlorine. I did go because they wanted to go, and Yuki said he never heard anyone ever say that before. So I was like, oh, okay, it's probably fine. And yeah, I did not get an infection. It smelled like chlorine, so, you know, I guess it was probably not that different from swimming. Because, like, hypothetically, you could get an infection from going to the pool and swimming if it's not treated properly. So, yeah, I went with my sister and her boyfriend. I did not see Sam and Dungeon. I don't know if they were also there at the same time. We did not communicate about that. Yeah, I had no idea that maybe they were going to Japan. But yeah, it was really cool. Team Labs is really cool if you heard about it. It's basically this, like, interactive experience that you go to that has, like, lights and stuff. Dungeon is Subvale. I assumed maybe in the case of Sam being mentioned that Dungeon would be a separate person. Dungeon was not there, though. Oh, unless you mean Subvale. I mixed up Sam and Subvale. Oh. Oh, no, my brother could not make it. Hopefully in the future he could come to something like that, because I would like to go back, eventually, so. Yeah, I thought maybe Sam's, like, husband's username was also dungeon related or something, I don't know. But, yeah, you can go to Sane Weather Time. Yeah, to go when it's not so crazy hot would be very epic and cool, but, I feel like now I know how to survive a little better, but, Yeah, I drank a lot of Pocari Sweat. Pocari Sweat is kind of like Japanese Gatorade minus the crazy flavors and colors. It's like an electrolyte drink, and I drank so much of that it became embarrassing. But there's like so many vending machines everywhere, and they don't have like, I don't know, they have stuff in it that you kind of want. Like, I don't know, when I see a vending machine here, it's like $5 for like a fucking Monster Energy or something, you know? And it's like, I don't care about that. Although granted, there were some vending machines that had Monster Energy in them anyway. So, I don't know. Going in the cold seems kind of baller, to be honest. It's tempting. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I would probably do well in the winter there. Like, I would be fine with that. Did you bring back the chips you ate from Japan? I didn't bring any food back because I'm always nervous about what happens if I try to bring food in. I don't think they care, but I don't know. So I didn't bring any food back. But those nori chips were so good, and I really like them, and I would definitely eat them again. But there's definitely like different Asian markets in my city that I believe carry different Japanese snacks and stuff that I might be able to get those chips. So, hopefully they're not super crazy expensive though. Because, I mean, then it's not really worth it anymore, is it? Might be a bit less to see in the winter though. Yeah, I guess there would be certain stuff that would probably be closed in the winter. There's a kawaii cafe near me that I just found out about. Oh, really? And drank a hot soup out of the vending machine today on a hot day, thinking it was fruit juice. What? That's crazy. Yeah, it was really nice. I don't know. I went to Shibuya Crossing, which is like apparently like this crazy. Well, apparently, I went to it, but like, apparently it's famous for, you know, for how busy it is because thousands of people cross at once, which they do. And it was very fun. I don't know. There's like, it's just crazy to see in Tokyo, like all the lights and all of like the, you know, the screens everywhere. They have like this giant ad that had Neon Genesis Evangelion and had like Asuka on it. And like all these videos, but also like there's so many videos and pictures of just like cute animals. Like, I don't know, you feel comforted in a way. Like, I never felt super stressed because you look up and it was just like puppies. I don't know if that's on purpose or what's that, or what's that for. Have a good walk. Rachel and I are going this week. Ooh, I hope you enjoy it. Nice. Hell yeah, Mega Man. But yeah, Shibuya Crossing was really cool. I went there like several times. I don't know, I really liked it. I also went to, so apparently Harajuku now is like different than it used to be, because Harajuku was always like the fashionable area, and like now apparently it's mostly Nike, which is, you know, very different from like what you imagine Harajuku to be. So I went to apparently what's like the new Harajuku, which is called Shimo Kinazawa, I believe. And it's like mostly had like a lot of thrift stores and stuff, and like secondhand stores, and lots of very, very fashionable people. Like literally, I went there in one of my best outfits, you know, for something that I could wear in the summer though, you know, because, you know, it's kind of hard to layer when it's so hot. But one of my best outfits, and I did not look like I was dressed up at all. I looked casual. Like, I was wearing like my fucking giant platforms, fishnets, like my little, you know, my little red skirt, and then the Nephilim top with like all the necklaces. And I was like, this is, you know, this is an outfit. This is an outfit. And it, like, the people there were just so cool that like I probably looked like, I don't know, like that was just like a regular I'm going to the grocery store outfit, like next to them. Like literally, like they look so good. Shimo Kitazawa, that's it. But yeah, I bought this at one of the secondhand stores, and the skirt that I'm wearing, and a few other things there. It was weird. What was weird though was a lot of the stores, first of all, they're playing American music, which was kind of random because you're like, oh, what is this? And it's like Tame Impala, and you're like, oh, you know, okay. And then there was so many American secondhand clothes there, like literally like a lot of like, you would find something that I could find at a thrift store here for like $2, like for $40, because I guess it would have taken a lot, like quite a, because you'd find like there was one that was like someone's family tree, Like, just some random person's family tree, but it wasn't a Japanese family tree, like, it was American. And then there was, like vintage Led Zeppelin tops and, you know, other bands like that, you know? So that was a bit odd because I guess there I guess that's pretty, like, fashionable as to wear these, like, American branded t-shirts, but, like, here it's, like, nobody gives a fuck about that. I don't know. Yeah, an American family, yeah, so it was, like, the Smith family tree, and then it, like, literally had, like, a picture of a tree on it, and then, like, some people's names. And it was, like, very, very much, like, I'm pretty sure that the people in the family tree were probably white, or just they all had white-sounding names. But, yeah, you know, and you see stuff like that at the thrift store here, but it was just weird seeing it at, like, basically, like, a consignment store where everything seems, like, very curated. You know, it was like, huh. Interesting. I guess the owner is kind of American boot. Well, that's the thing. It wasn't just that store. It was all the stores in that area. Like, all the stores had so many, like, American shirts. And you would see sometimes shirts that had, like, random English phrases on them, which I did really enjoy. But that wasn't in the secondhand shops because a lot of the ones in the second-hand shops are actually American. But if you went to, like, there's a few times where I went to, like, different clothing stores that were, like, you know, alternative clothing, and there was one that had, like, Mickey Mouse with his eyes crossed out, and it said, like, it was a weird sentence, but it was like, I am being here, I think was the phrase on it. I should have taken a picture of it, but a lot of these places wouldn't allow photos. So, yeah, classic. I am being here. Yeah, it was kind of weird. You're like, oh, okay. And like that was like a theme. Like you would find these shirts with like something on it, and then just like, with just like something that like kind of makes sense but doesn't written on it. But you know, like. Yeah, for some reason, Japanese folks don't verify how good their English translation is. Yeah, not always. I don't know how easy it is to verify all the time. It was very funny. Yuki's wife, we were sitting at, it was like a coffee table, but because it had a couch, but Leon and I were sitting on the floor on the cushions. We're sitting on our knees, like this. And then Yuki's wife is like, oh, that's like a very Japanese style of sitting, but she can't speak English though, so she would type into her phone into a translator, and most of the time it was good, but Yuki was like not always doing his job, like trying to translate what she was saying to us or vice versa. Like she would say something and he'd be like, okay, and we'd be like, I'd be like, oh yeah, she says this, and I was like, okay. But it was really funny, so Leon was sitting like this for a while too, right? And then she types to her phone, and it turns it to him, and it says, break your leg. Break your leg. And she meant, like, give your legs a break, like, don't sit like that for too long. But, she did end up, like, typing it in a different way, because I was like, I think she means like give your legs a break, and then she typed it in again that was like, don't sit like that for too long, I think is what she wrote. But yeah, break your leg. Break your leg was so funny because it was just like because it was just she just came over and just typed that, and we were like, oh, okay. So no, it was literally you just sit on your legs like this. Like, I know that I'm not wearing something very shapely, but like these are where my knees are and my feet are under. That is how. But yeah, sometimes the translation is a little tough, but yeah, the stores that had like English phrases on it that weren't exactly correct English, I don't know, I did like them. They were a little bit charming. I never bought one though, because sometimes they're pretty expensive for what they were. But, you know. Yeah, just tucking the feet under. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I did enjoy that. But yeah, it was interesting going to Shimokitazawa, and there was all the American brands there. I didn't realize that was like so popular there, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Like people seem to be rocking that kind of stuff. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, I did like that. But yeah, a lot of the stores that had those interesting clothes, like they were like no photos, but I think that's because they had a lot of characters that I don't think they had the rights to like sell merch of. Assuming I assume that most of these places like didn't have, you know, the rights from Disney to have like Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck on their clothes. Just assuming. Not sure. I'm not sure if that, you know, Mickey Mouse shirt that said I am being here was official. But that's just my guess as to why they said no photos. I also went to a mall that, cause there's the, Tsukasa, area apparently, which had like lots of gaming stuff, but then we heard that that was not very good anymore. And so instead we went to, fuck, what was it called? We went to somewhere else and it was like this mall and it had like a bunch of retro stores in it that had like a lot of them had like retro like figurines and stuff, and that was really cool. They had like old Pokemon cards and games and stuff, but they also had some stuff that was fake. But it was really neat. I did buy a couple things from there, not a lot of stuff, but it was like it took a really long time to look at it all, and it was very neat. Like I took a couple pictures. There was one store that had like a whole bunch of really amazing vintage Tamagotchis. They had one that was called Devil Gotchi, but it was still 250,000 yen, which is like $250 to buy. So I didn't buy it, but I was like, that's cool. They were selling it as real, but it also there was a problem where there was a store. So I think what the problem was is there was a store in there that was selling stuff that was openly fake. So they would sell cards that were fake and be like, oh, this is new, but then you could take it to one of those other stores and then sell it as old. Some of them were like verified, some of them weren't though, but yeah, some of them did appear to be fake, which made it hard if you're wanting to buy anything like that because you weren't sure if it was real. But it was still really cool. But yeah, there's just some stuff you couldn't necessarily trust 100% from all the stores. But was that Nanako Broadway? Yes, it was. Thank you. It was Nanako Broadway. Oh my god. I don't remember Mickey Mouse ever being a Pokemon. Yeah. You talking about your Japan trip made me want onigiri and other spice in my kitchen. Hell yeah. I didn't buy any games, but I bought 2 Animal Crossing amiibo cards. Which I know you can make amiibo cards now, like, you know, but I still bought the official ones anyway because they were there and they were like $5-6 or something. So I bought 2 of them, and they're just 2 characters that are like black and white characters that I thought would look good on my island whenever I get to play Animal Crossing again. My broken Switch. Eventually I'll get to play it though, and I'll put them on my island, and it'll be so awesome and great, and I can kick out that really colorful character that I don't like, though I don't remember who it was. Do you want me to send you all of them? I really can. It would take me like 30 minutes to make them and mail you in an envelope for cheap. Oh, hell yeah. I'd be down with that. And then it's still fun to have the cards anyway. Because then you have cards. The real ones. I don't know. But yeah, it was actually really funny because they had a bunch of amiibo cards for the Animal Crossing characters. And most of them were most of them were like $5. There was one that I saw for 15. And then they had Marshall though, and he was 50. So I thought that was kind of funny because it was like, and 50, it was like, $50 is like 5,000 yen, I think. So I'm just rounding it because it's so near to Canadian dollar price, so that's why I'm doing it that way. But yeah, I thought that was funny because it's like all of them were so cheap, and then Marshall was just like pretty expensive. Actually, was it 50 or was it 80? I think it was 80. Oh no, you're not taking away from the coolness of it. I'm just justifying in my head why I spent $10 on 2 cards. So, but I would definitely take that anyway, because then I could have everybody that I want on my town. But I have to do it. I have a Pokemon shirt with Mickey Mouse on it, and then when people ask, I just say I have no fucking idea what Mickey Mouse or Pokemon is. I just like the mouse face. Like, I only know Meowth. Yeah. I did see one time, like, there was a store that was selling, like, video game merch. And I think I talked about this before, but they were selling, like, a cute Pokemon, you know, pink Pokemon thing, and it had Kirby on there with like Jigglypuff and a bunch of other pink Pokemon. It's like, wait, Kirby's not a Pokemon? What is this? So I thought that was kind of funny. Did you go wild on Gachapon? I did. I got Gachapon. I have some Gachapon that I'm sending to friends as well. A lot of the stuff that I did buy, well, no, I did buy lots of stuff for myself, but I bought a lot of stuff for my friends also while I was there. So I can't show you all the Gachapon I got because I want not to spoil the gifts for the people who get them, but I got some cute ones. I have one that is, there was some Sanrio X Tamagotchi Gachapon, and so I have one that is like Kuromi, but she's a Tamagotchi. And I had 2 cinnamon roll that were like that as well, so that was really cool. Yeah, I don't think I'm keeping most of the Gachapon for myself though. But I did get some good Gachapon. Yeah, there's Gachapon like everywhere. And what was crazy is I think like a lot of people, even adults, are really into Gachapon there, because you would see like a guy in a suit with a briefcase, and he would just have like Hello Kitty charms on it, and that was like common. Like adults and kids had just like flair on their shit all the time, and I thought that was really cool because it's kind of like, I think in the West, you know, once you're an adult, it's like you're not supposed to like cute stuff as much anymore, which I think is slowly going away anyway, but it was really interesting to go there and just see, like, someone who looks like they're so fucking serious, just, like, having Hello Kitty charms on their stuff. You know? I really like that. But yeah, you could go... What? Okay, wait. What I'm not saying, though, so not only was Gachapon around everywhere, but when I was in the Nanako Broadway Mall, they had Gachapon that had panties in it. They had the panty thing. That, it was real, and it was there, and it was next to regular fucking Gachapon. And I was like, I knew, like, I heard about that. Like, I've heard about that being a thing, but but it was, like, very jarring because I'm, like, looking at the regular fucking Gachapon, and then there's just panties. Like, I don't know, that was kind of bizarre. Like, it's real. I saw it. So... Did you find the vending machine with the bugs in there? No. Vending machine, it was a Gachapon though. It wasn't a vending machine. It had panties. I mean, I didn't buy it because obviously, like, part of me wants to be like, yeah, you know, but like, no, like, so I didn't even want to like look at it for too long. It definitely made me like embarrassed just standing near it. But yeah, that would happen where I'd be like, oh, what's this store? And then Leon would be like, that's like a sex store. But it was, because I would see like anime girls, but they weren't like, it didn't look like at first glance that it was a sex store, because you would see like an anime girl with pink hair, and then you would look at it, and you would see that, oh yeah, no, everything in there is like sex toys. Just in like the mall though, I don't know, it was weird. It was weird because I feel like they wouldn't do that. Like, I know that like Spencer's has sex toys, but they're like in the back, right? Like they're not like in the window, right? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure they're not in the window though, like, because that was the case. Like, there was even one store, this was not at Nanako on Broadway, this was a different store. It was in Shimokinazawa, and it was like a souvenir store, and then they just had like a wall of sex toys, like at the front.
What are those girls doing to each other? Oh no, rotten.
Oh no, yeah. It was definitely interesting. It was definitely interesting. There was a few stores like that, but I did not walk in, luckily. I mean, not that anything would happen. I was just, I don't know. I think I would just been embarrassed if I went in there and then I didn't buy anything, and I don't know. I don't know. It's getting less taboo. I've seen plenty of sex displays out in public, like places where whole families are together. Really? I don't think I've seen that here, but I don't know. Window shopping, anime sex stores. Yeah. Stuff like that's pretty uncommon in Utah. There are stores, but it's not like on the windows. Yeah, it was very weird to be in the mall and then just like see that. Like I wasn't expecting it. And there was more than one store that was like that. But because like it wasn't, they were like, the one was they had one that, oh my god, I can't remember. So there's one that was like sex toys, and then they had one that was like, I guess it was like erotic anime and anime figurines. But like, yeah, like literally twice Leon was like, we don't need to go in there. Like, so yeah. Maybe I'm a square for that. I didn't want to go in there. I didn't. But yeah, I did go to Don Quixote's as well. I didn't see that section, but I was also kind of like not exploring every section. If I like looked over somewhere and it didn't look like it had stuff that I wanted, I did not go there. But yeah, I went to Don Quixote's at like 11 p.m. at night. If you don't know Don Quixote's, it's kind of like Walmart, but it's open, I think 24 hours, and it's like marketed with, let me see if I can find you the ad for Don Quixote's. Okay, yeah, there's the ad. Wait, I'm gonna show you this. So they have, okay. Hold on, it's a little big. I guess that's Bruno Mars. I didn't realize that was Bruno Mars. Okay, so this is the Don Quixote commercial that would play in Don Quixote, and also the one place that we had TV, and so this would play there too. But this is the ad for it. So this is the ad. This is how they advertise it, right? Is like, it's a party basically, and when you go in there, this song literally plays on loop. Like it's just this song. Not throughout the whole store, but in like sections of most of it. It just plays on loop. I don't know, maybe after a certain time, you know, it plays on loop. I don't know. I went there kind of late at night, so it makes sense. Time to deliver a pizza ball. Yeah. No, if you worked there, this would definitely be a bit rough, because honestly, like, after you're in the Don Quixote, like this, it starts, you know, it starts like altering your brain a little bit. Yeah, but there's a lot of noises, I think, if you work in different places in Japan, that you would just hear constantly, because the 7-Eleven, whenever they like completed a transaction, a little jingle would play. And so when you were in the 7-Eleven, it would just play over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, it's cute when you're the one having the transaction done, but it's like, if you work there, that sound, I don't know how you deal with that. But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was definitely cool, but like, it wasn't playing in every area constantly, just like at the front it played really loudly, and then you go upstairs and then it wouldn't be playing, but then you'd walk and there would be a monitor and it would be playing. If that makes sense. So it was constant, but not always constant, if that makes any sense. It's like the opposite of what constant is, but like it was only constant in certain spots, so you could get away from it, hypothetically. But if you were cashier, probably not, I guess. Yeah, that's true. If you worked at retail during Christmas, oh my god. Yeah, it would play over and over again in a certain spot, but if you walked away from that spot, you'd be okay. But only, I guess, if you were the kind of employee that was allowed to walk around. But yeah, it was like 6 floors. So there's like so many escalators, and different areas had like different things. So there was like one area that had like all the makeup. There was one that had like a bunch of bath stuff. There was one that had a bunch of souvenirs. There's one that was just like a grocery store. They also have the thing that is commonplace in most of America, where you can just buy alcohol at like at convenience stores, which is just so interesting as a Canadian. I think in most of Canada, if not all of Canada, you have to go to like a vendor, like a special store for alcohol. So it's just like, it's kind of weird to just be walking around the 7-Eleven and there's just like booze and you're like, oh yeah, and you could just buy it. You could just buy it. I don't know, that it doesn't sound like a novelty, I think, to most people, but it's kind of an interesting novelty when you don't have it, you know? Oh yeah, in Japan, so weed is like super illegal there, but they fucking love CBD. Well, maybe not they, as in like all of Japan, like, you know, the fucking hive mind, but like there was a lot of CBD just like everywhere, like CBD pens, CBD drinks in the vending machines. Like people were like really into CBD, which is funny because like weed is so illegal, but you could like some of the stuff was like super strong CBD, like you know, like that could get you like off your fucking rocker CBD, but you couldn't smoke weed. It was just kind of weird. It was just kind of weird. You know, lots of CBD there. Like at Don Quixote's, they had like a section of CBD pens. Also, vaping is kind of popular there, but they don't sell the nicotine for it. So you would see a bunch of vapes, but it'd all be 0 nicotine. You get high for CBD, not in the same way as weed, but you would definitely, if it was strong enough, it would feel kind of like being high, if that makes sense. Just so relaxed. Just so relaxed. Welcome back. But yeah, I guess it is pretty different. It's just weird because they are similar. And like, at least here in Canada, when you go to buy like weed from a weed store, they'll tell you the level of CBD in the weed. So then you can like, you get one that is more strong in CBD and less THC. So maybe that's why the correlation is very strong in my mind. Because it's like, you can get weed that's like mostly CBD here. And people will, you know? Strong CBD, I don't know, it's like getting very relaxed. I mean, it's the same way that like people like being very relaxed for a high feeling as well. That is a thing, if that makes sense. Like, you know, the reason why people like painkillers, you know? So it's not that crazy to think that people would be wanting that, you know? They have the percentage broken out here for CBD. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. It's just kind of funny. It's just kind of funny because yeah, there's so much CBD everywhere. But you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool. There was lots of cool stuff there. I really liked it. I really did like it. I did have like kind of an awkward encounter in the Don Quixote's by myself. Because my sister and her boyfriend were with me, and they were like, throughout the whole fucking store, they're like, okay, we're tired, we're leaving. And then they would like go to the next floor and be like, actually, we're still here. And they did that to me like 3 times. And then finally they're like, okay, we're tired, we're gonna wait out for you inside the store. Like, it's okay, don't rush. And I was like, okay. So I was like getting ready to leave, but I was like really looking and studying the parasols, the UV parasols. And I was like thinking about it and like really studying these UV parasols. And then this guy came up to me. And like, I don't know, you know, you always hear scary stories about like, oh, if you're a girl alone in Japan, you know, whatever. So this guy, he came up to me and he was just like, hey. And I was like, and it's like getting late and I'm by myself now. And I'm like, and so I like turned and looked at him. I'm like holding the umbrellas and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So I just turned back to the umbrellas. So I acknowledged that he said hey to me, but I didn't reply, and I just looked at him and then just like looked away. Which is like definitely a weird thing to do. It's definitely a weird thing to do. But then it was, he walked away. But he was also, then he was just like lingering in the aisle nearby, in like the pots and pans aisle, and I was like, I'm not convinced that you're trying to buy pots and pans right now. So I just like took a picture of the umbrella and left. But I was like, yeah, I guess because he also just said hey and like didn't follow it up with anything. He just said hey. I like looked at him, and then I was like, I didn't say though. That was like what I was thinking in my head. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Is he wearing pants? Was he dressy? Yeah, the man with the pants who says hey. Yeah. He I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. It was literally fine. I was just like, what? I don't know. I don't know. They didn't follow up their hey with anything, and I just looked at them blankly and then went back to the umbrellas. So, I mean, it was just kind of weird. You know, that person might have been completely normal, no weird intentions. But I obviously didn't feel like talking Don Quixote to this random stranger. So, I don't know, the interaction was just really odd. It was just an odd interaction. It was just odd. They might have been perfectly fine. They didn't really do anything that weird besides say hey to me and then like stand nearby. And the only thing that was scary about it is like not being sure what they wanted. You know, I guess is like Don Quixote song was literally what I showed you. That was the one that was playing. Yeah, I mean, if I said hi to someone, they just stared at me and would not say anything else either. Yeah, exactly. Hey. Like, I don't know, it was so weird. I mean, I don't know. Oh, wait, what? You didn't just get here? You've been here for a minute. Unless you left and came back. But yeah, I'm sure, I don't know, it was fine. It was, I think, I'm honestly most surprised by my reaction. But also, I wasn't gonna try to entertain a conversation. I don't know, I was very nervous that I was by myself in that moment, so. It is kind of funny. Yeah, it is a little bit funny, which is why I'm telling you about it, because just... like, I didn't say hey back, I just looked at them. Not really sure. I don't know, I was nervous. It was a meet cute. Did they do this face when they said hey? No, they just said hey. I don't know, it was weird. It was an odd interaction, and I definitely am not saying that my reaction to it wasn't strange. I don't really know why. Because like it would have been one thing to just like completely ignore them. You know? Like, because sometimes you might do that, right? Like, oh, I don't really want to have this interaction right now, I'm just not gonna look over. But I did look over, and then I just turned away. I don't know, it was so weird. It was so weird. Who knows, maybe I had like something on my face or something, and he was trying to tell me. Yeah, I was just concerned because you hear all the stories about like all the, you know, it's scary for women in Japan, but, you know, that person might have been fucking fine. They didn't do anything inherently bad. I just was, I don't know, I was so weird about it. There's like so many different ways to go about a situation like that. But, you know, I'm sure that person will also live. They'll just have that story for as well. Maybe they recognized you from Twitch. That's definitely possible. I don't know. I don't know why they said hey to me. I saw that post from someone on Insta, I think, where they called themselves Walmart Haley Williams, and it was a reminder of that one comment you got that one time. Oh, yeah, Nico lol at home. Classic. Yeah, I don't know. It was, I think, mostly it was just the environment and that it was, like, nighttime and that I was alone. I didn't really see him with anyone. I don't know. I'm usually nervous anyway, so I don't think there was anything about it where, like, they did anything. Like, I'm sure they were actually probably fine. I don't know. Hard to say. You don't know. But yeah. It's a little bit funny. Because what? I don't know. My reaction was strange there. I don't really know. Like, it's just an odd thing to do. Because, like, afterwards I was like, did I just stare at that guy and then turn away and not say anything? Why? Like, what kind of defense mechanism is, like, what is that gonna fucking do?
Happy is back.
Essen, thank you so much for 31 months. I really appreciate that. This is gonna, yeah, it was just a silly moment, because, like, it was just weird. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, everything is fine. I just left it the day after that. I guess no one ever came up to me like that and said hey to me until I was by myself, which is probably why I got, like, that much scareder about it. Because that's what I heard, is like, oh, if you're with people, it's fine, but as soon as you're alone, you know, and then I was alone. And I was scared. But it was fine. They were, you know, they might have been... I think it was, like, it wasn't that late. I guess it was, like, 11, maybe? I think, or like 11:30. I guess that's still pretty close to midnight. I guess that's what you think, whatever you think of late as. But it was getting to be like club time, whatever. All right, I didn't put makeup on, so I'm doing that now because I want to. But yeah. I don't know. That was kind of funny. But mostly it was really, really nice. People there were very nice. The Japanese people are very, very accommodating to people who didn't speak Japanese, but I tried to learn as much as I could to make the interactions obviously, like, easier. Which I think that people really appreciated, because apparently not everyone does. I did not honestly plan a game today. I don't know. I think I said I would play a certain game when I came back, but I forgot what it was. Did you go to Osaka? I planned to go to Kyoto when I started, but I missed the Kyoto half of the trip, so I didn't get to go to Kyoto. My sister told me all about it, but yeah, I did miss out on that. It sounded really beautiful and nice. So hopefully in the future I get to go back and I get to actually see more of the Japanese countryside, because I was really, really looking forward to that. That's nice. From my understanding, yeah, people just appreciate that you make an effort. Yeah. Yeah, my sister said that there was these... They're in this, like, really, really tiny... Sometimes there's bars that are, like, literally, like, you walk in the door and the bar is right there, and it's, like, the bar is the length of the whole restaurant, basically. It's, like, very small. And they were in there ordering food, and these guys came in. You know, these North American dudes. And, like, while the waitress was taking their order, they just came in and started yelling their order over top of her while she was trying to take their order. And they'd literally been in Japan for 3 fucking weeks and didn't learn any Japanese. Any Japanese. They would just go in and just be super fucking rude and, what's the word? Entitled. And yeah, so then my sister ended up getting charged for some of their food because the waitress got confused because they came in and just started fucking yelling at her what they wanted to eat. White people are terrible. I mean, some of the places in Japan are actually banning tourists from going to see I don't know how to say it properly. Geisha. I think it's geisha, because of the mistreatment they had been giving some of those, like pulling their hair and all kinds of stuff. So it's so awesome. It's so awesome. I'm so glad that people were so fucking horrible. and disrespectful. That was sarcastic. But yeah, no, it sucks that some tourists are so, like, shitty like that. Because it does make the experience worse for everyone. It was so hot, I thought I was gonna die. Really struggled with ordering in restaurants. Yeah, it can be pretty tough sometimes. I think you were talking about doing Luigi's Mansion or doing something 3DS. Something chill like Animal Crossing, some random retro game. On Switch would be cool before you decide for the week, but I don't remember. Yeah, I think I had something in mind. But yeah, we are approaching spooky season, so that's exciting because that means we can do some scary games. Did you go to the retro store? Just the ones in Nanaco Broadway. I did hear about one, like, one location of Book Off apparently had a whole bunch of retro games, but it was not the ones I was close to. Yeah, Yakuza could be cool right after I went to Japan, that's for sure. Yeah, the one retro gaming store was Book Off, but I think the location that it was showing was, like, not even in Tokyo. Yeah, a lot of people overemphasize Japanese etiquette when traveling there, but aside from that, show some goddamn human decency. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because, like, you would find videos of people being like, don't expose, like, don't wear anything that's, like, cut to here, or, like, if you wear crop tops, like, people in Japan will hate you, but it's like, people know you're a tourist, like, it's fine, you know? But, you know, other things like, I don't know, coming in and yelling at people instantly, probably not good. Probably not good anywhere. I bought new eyeliner, and then it turned out to be gray eyeliner, not black, and I'm very upset about it. Don't use your phone on the train. I think, like, I didn't see anyone talking on their phone in public, though. That was one thing. Like, I saw people, like, texting and stuff, but I never saw anyone talking on the phone in public. But also, it seems like mostly people talk a little bit quieter in most public spaces, I noticed. You don't want to be too loud, so that might be part of why no one talked on the phone in public. What about Pokemon Go? I played a ton of Pokemon Go in Japan, and it was awesome. I got there's like a different kinds of pavilion that you can get for different, like, parts of the world. So I got my Japanese one, which is cool. I think it's called Elegant Pavilion. So, hell yeah. Yeah, I played a ton of Pokemon Go and it was great. I don't think I got all the Japan exclusive though. I think I'm missing the Japanese exclusive Furfru. So that sucks. But oh well. But oh well. Yeah, that's the actual etiquette. Making calls on the trains is not typical. People misunderstand that as don't use your phone. Don't look at your phone. Don't even think about your phone. Someone will sense you. Puppy, if I don't scream, I'm really important. Sell my stock into the phone. How will people around me know how I'm really important? That's true. That is a problem. I like gray liner. But it's not as versatile as black. Yeah. I'm definitely a little bummed that I bought gray, but oh well, what can you do? Are you still planning on going to TwitchCon, by the way? You betcha! Are you going? I'll be there. that works. Yeah, and TwitchCon is coming up fast. Any special plans for TwitchCon? Gonna rocket into the sun. No, not really. I might cosplay once or twice on there, or maybe, I got invited to a coffee event hosted by a thing that I like. I don't know what is typical for, like, how much information you're supposed to give about stuff that you got invited to, but it's like a, you know, it's whatever, it's gonna be cool. And I mean, that's pretty much it, actually. I guess maybe I'll find out more stuff coming up to it, but I'm not always in the loop. I don't know if I'll meet Candyline. I have no idea if she plans on going to TwitchCon. She doesn't live in San Diego. So, you know, it'd be nice to see her, obviously, but I do not have a current indication on that. Rachel had not bought her tickets until like yesterday. She thought I bought them for her. Oh no! Yeah, does anyone have special plans for TwitchCon? Yeah, I missed the call for content, so I'm not gonna be on any panels or anything. But you know, that's because I'm exclusive and special and unavailable, something. I'm kind of debating. Almost everyone I know had to drop out. Oh no! Really? Oh shit. I would have done it. I did not know what she was thinking I would. That's so funny. It's good that she was still able to get tickets though. Time for your own panel with blackjack and hookers. But yeah, I think it'll, you know, it'll be a good time. Yeah, I don't have anything crazy planned. I'm actually gonna be there on time though this year because I don't have a wedding the day before, so that should hopefully make everything good and great. What? Oh. Chili's snoring right now. Look at him. He's so happy even though he's wearing a big cone. We were talking about getting ready and she asked me if she would get an email for the tickets or something. Oh my gosh, good thing. Good thing she mentioned something. The little kitty snores? Yeah, it's so cute, except for when I'm not falling asleep yet and then he starts snoring in my face. But that's why I have earplugs. Yeah, San Diego is a really good city for a convention. And Big Bird cosplay? Big Bird cosplay is coming. It is happening. I'm sorry it took this long. It will happen. It will happen. I promise. Soon. Hopefully within like the next week before TwitchCon. Will I go to TwitchCon in the Big Bird cosplay though? Probably not. Probably not. However, I'm thinking of doing, I want to do, Hahe Puffy Ami Yumi, the purple girl. I can't remember if she's Ami or Yumi. I think she's Ami. But, Ami? Yes! I got it right! Yeah, I think she's Ami. But yeah, I want to see if Boots would do Yumi and we could do it together because I feel like that cosplay goes better if you have someone with you. Some cosplays are just better if you have your duo, you know what I mean? So, because I've been sitting on that stuff for a while. Wait. Chat, did I ever show you what I got from Spirit Halloween last year? Yeah, I love Candyline. I don't know if she's gonna be at TwitchCon. I love her. Do not forget that I love her, but she's not so much in the Twitch space as I am. We got movie nights this month too. Yes, we got movie nights, and I think we should start celebrating Halloween today. Today. Right now. Right now. Right now today. I was thinking, chat, so my hair is brown. I just dyed it brown. True fact about me, my hair wasn't completely brown until I dyed it completely brown. So, when I had brown hair, I used to dye it black by just adding blue to it. I was thinking of doing that, but I just dyed it brown. But I just fucking dyed it brown. So I'm like, and then I'm like, what if it stains? Because this is dyed brown hair, not brown hair. So, I don't know. Because blue-black hair, I think it's fun. It's good. It used to wash out after a little while. So, I'm like, do I do it? Or is that gonna, like, fuck my shit up fam? Am I gonna do it and then be like, oh, my hair was such a pretty brown shit? Because I don't know. I haven't had brown hair in so long. And I'm like, ooh, I have brown hair now. And then immediately I'm like, what if it was black? Like, I had that hair for so long, that striped hair for so fucking long, and now, like, I dye my hair brown, I'm like, mix it up a bit, like, uh-oh. That won't do. That won't do, I can't be doing that. But, you know, maybe for the months of Halloween, September, October, because I don't know, the thing is, with brown hair, I love having brown hair. I think it suits me. This is, you know, this is my natural color, kind of. My hair grows in darker. I think it lightens, though. I think maybe it's photosensitive. Because it's been like that. Like, it grows in quite dark. But it has been lighter, but it doesn't, I don't think it ever grew in light. Anyway, I don't know. So this is pretty much my natural color. And I forgot what I was saying. Oh. So I've had this color, I like it, it's good, but when I wear black, I'm like, what if this was also black? But a blue black, not black black. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it yet. I'm just thinking about it. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird having this hair. It's great. But it's weird. What would even happen? What would even happen if I put blue in it? Like, what if I put blue in it though, and then the parts that used to be blonde that are brown now, they like turned mud color. Like it turned into like a fucking goop green color. That wouldn't be so swag, would it? Would that happen? I don't know. I mean, hypothetically, if it has a red underbase, then it should turn purple. So, I don't know. I think if it's you who defines swag, Pappy, thank you. I always like the slight purple tinted black hair look. I actually use that on dogs. Like, get groomed at work. In the right light, they look like mystical beasts. Yeah, for me, because I've done it with my brown hair. You just put the blue in, it looks black, and then you go outside, and then people are like, oh, your hair's kind of blue, actually. And I'm like, because that's what happened to me in 10th grade. I was like, I'm gonna have blue hair. So I got the blue manic panic, I put it in my hair, and then everyone was like, oh, you dyed your hair black. And I was like, the fuck did you just say to me, bitch? And then I'd be like, it's blue! And then I'd like, one time I was like standing outside and these girls are like, oh, your hair actually looks blue in the sunlight. I'm like, it is blue! It is blue! Ah! And then it eventually washed out back brown. And then when I wanted more black hair, I just put the blue in it. But it would wash out. But this is red under here. So it'd be more purple. I don't know. Whatever. I might do it. I might not. I'm gonna think about it. But yeah, my hair looks a little greasy today. So, and I didn't notice until I was already live. You planning on doing 2 movie nights this month? I only have 3 weeks with TwitchCon, so I need to plan that a bit or pick the days. That's true. That's true. I can't do it this Friday. because I have stuff going on this weekend. So that would mean that we would have to do it on the 13th and 20th, or on the weekend. Thoughts, chat? Also, what movies the fuck are we gonna watch? Because I don't know. I've had a weird more like that with my ex, but she said her hair was blue, and to me it looked green? Maybe blue-green at best, but I didn't say anything. Are you colorblind? Sometimes... I don't know why I said that. I was being serious. I'm sorry. Do you have color blindness? No. Sometimes people see colors differently, but also I think that sometimes you copium, like I've noticed that sometimes like when I kept on telling people my hair was blue and it was like black, it was definitely black, it looked black, but I was like copium about it. I was like, it definitely is blue, but you know, like that's what happens, you know, you try to dye your hair color, it ends up kind of the wrong color, and so you just, no, it looks great blue, you know, so probably, I think saying that it was blue-green probably wouldn't have helped, so. No offense. No, I'm sorry I said that. I'm sure you would know if you're colorblind. It's like, maybe you're colorblind, because sometimes when people are colorblind, if they are missing the cone, then it looks a little different, but I don't know why. I just said that. I'm sure you're not fucking colorblind. Alright, 13th and 27th. 20th is TwitchCon. Oh! Good thing you said that, because I thought the 27th was TwitchCon. Good God. Good God! Oh, shit! Okay, so 20th is TwitchCon? Okay. It's in like 2 weeks. I knew it was fast after Japan, but oh my god, it's a week sooner than I thought. Okay. Turn up a week later, like, wait, where was everyone? Don't worry, all my stuff was booked a while ago, so I'm not like, oh, I booked my flights for the wrong date. Like, I booked it, like, with the calendar open, it was fine. I just, you know, I just don't know when stuff is happening or what's going on around me, ever. Like, I missed a call for content, everyone was like, yeah, TwitchCon's in like 2 months. Obviously, call for content, so I'm like, they don't do it a week before? What do you mean? What do you mean I can't tell them what I want to do a week before? I hope you didn't trust Yancy to help you book TwitchCon. Yancy! Yeah, Yancy. Fuck you, Yancy. Fuck you, Yancy. You bitch. That's true, though. I should have saved his chat logs and then, like, complained, but I didn't. I was like, yay, I'm going to Japan. So, Yancy! But yeah, his name actually said it was Yancy in the thing. I don't know if they use fake names. They probably do. They probably do. Honestly, they might even like, the employers might not even have their real name. Like, the one guy who was like, hey, I'm Michael. And, like, just nothing else. Like, did they, what? Hello, Michael, like, what? Not even like, how do I help you? Like, what? That was just so, it was so jarring. Anyway. You're gonna be some dates? Okay, want to cancel? Yeah. Refund? Sure they know whatever nickname they use, though. I don't know. Maybe Yancy's a Luigi's Mansion ghost. He's trying to fuck my shit up. I'm gonna hit him with that vacuum later. Guys, I forgot to tell you one thing that was funny that happened to me in Japan. I went to a shrine. Actually, it was the wrong shrine, but it was fine. So I went to a shrine, and it was great. And there was all these cats around. They're like stray cats. And, they were like super fucking cute, but you know, they're a little skittish. And I was like, I'm so good with cats. So I like knelt down and I put my hand out like this and went, and so one cat came up to me, got pets, different cat came up to me, got pets, and I was like, this is great. Then Leon comes up to me and he just translated the sign, the big ass sign that was right there, and it said, hey, be careful interacting with the cats. Some of them have scabies, by the way. scabies! I was so pumped that I touched those cats, and then I was like, ah! So, I like ran down to the bathroom. There was no soap in the bathroom, but then I ran across the road, and there was like hand sanitizer, and then I was reading up about it though, and I was like, no, soap and hand sanitizer doesn't kill scabies, by the way. If you touch scabies, you get scabies, and you gotta get cream to kill it. So then I had a nightmare that night that I was just like getting bit by bugs, but it was fine. I don't have scabies, and I do have a horrible rash on my arm, but it isn't scabies. It's eczema. It's eczema! It's eczema! I promise it's eczema. I already had it. I just had to jump scare you. I know, poor cats though. I felt so bad for them. Like, be careful interacting with them. Those poor cats. I think someone was feeding them though. It looked like someone's house was right there, kind of. Maybe not their house, but there was like, it looked as though perhaps someone had been like kind of feeding the cats and maybe looking after them a little bit, but they were stray cats. One of them had like, you know, an ear that was like that, like it was missing part of its ear. They looked a little rough, but I don't believe that any of them had scabies, unless it takes a while for scabies to manifest. In that case, they all have scabies. So, but hooray! I'm sure the locals feed them. They looked like they were getting food. But I don't know. Maybe they were just get lots of birds around. I don't know. But yeah. It said on Google that I would notice the night of if I was getting the scabies, and I would notice it really at night. And it doesn't help that I have fucking eczema, but the eczema does not look like scabies. So sorry to scare you guys. But it was a little bit funny to be like, yay, I pet these cats, and then it's like, hey, the sign says don't touch the cats, or else you get scabies. What happens if you get scabies? You have to go, so scabies is like skin mites. It's really gross. I'm sorry if you are squeamish about these things, but they're skin mites. You have to go to the doctor, and they give you a prescription. Apparently it has nothing to do with hygiene. I didn't know that, but apparently it has nothing to do with hygiene. Like, soap doesn't do anything, alcohol doesn't do anything. You have to get a prescription cream. So, can't confirm it looks like eczema. Yeah, so my eczema got so bad there. I was taking antihistamines every day, and then all of a sudden I just had an eczema breakout, and I think I might be allergic to soju. I don't know, I have to test this hypothesis, but nothing else was causing anything, and then I drank some soju, and then... So, I'm guessing that's what it was, but I'm not sure. It could have been something else. Unfortunately, I will have to wait for this to heal up, and then I would have to drink soju and then see if it happens again. But I might not take that risk, because it sucks. I've had it, it's horrifying. Ugh. I've heard it's horrifying. So I was definitely pretty upset after I touched those really adorable, cute cats. But I don't think they gave me scabies. Itchy all over. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend looking it up. I would just... Yeah, very scientific test. Does it happen again? I mean, it's hard with stuff like that, because, like, I feel like with skin stuff, you can kind of tell pretty easily. But also, someone told me this, that people don't always know this, but when you put something that you're allergic to on your skin, it doesn't always break out where it touched. By the way, my friend who studied Chinese medicine told me about that. I know that some people might say that's not scientifically founded or whatever, but this is. But yeah, like, you could put, like, if I put sunscreen I'm allergic to on my legs, I could break out on my arm because of your immune response, something. But yeah, people always think like, oh, if I put it here, it should break, but that doesn't always happen. It does happen, but it doesn't always happen. So if you tried something new on your legs and then you get a rash somewhere else and you're like, oh, it can't be that, it could be. It's helpful information to know. Just saying. Unless I'm wrong, in which case I'm spreading misinformation if someone like is like really medically trained in the chat and is like, that's not true, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Oh my god, yeah, Doom, no. No! I know, yeah, you should always get all your medical advice from Twitch streamers. Incorrect immune responses are wild like that, like how I got strep throat and my immune system ate my pancreas. Whoa, that's crazy. It kind of makes sense, but it's also very counterintuitive for sure. Yeah. As far as I know, like, this is correct, but sometimes I'm, like, pretty sure about something and someone's like, oh, that's not exactly true. So I'm just, you know, I'm just saying. It's worth thinking about if you ever notice that, if you're a person who gets rashes. It's worth thinking about. That you might be getting breakout from something else you're allergic to and you're not thinking about it because it's not always direct. So, but yeah, I don't want to share anything that's gonna hurt anyone. Look at that guy though. Isn't he cute even though he's in a cone? But yeah, those cats are so cute though. I'm cutting that short. Also, I got zapped by lightning. No, I put dry shampoo in my hair because I look greasy. I look greasy, so I just put dry shampoo in my hair. I'm a witch. But you just aged really fast. Yeah, I was gone for a long time. I was doing time and space witchcraft. Usually go fine wine then. Thank you. Thank you. I'm finally back with them cigs and cereal. True. Yeah, see, I don't know. If I had blue-black hair, that might be the vibe. I don't know what I'm thinking. I think maybe it's just too warm. I think maybe I need to add some green to it. Or I could add blue to it, though. I don't know. I probably won't. I'm indecisive. Bye, Joseph. Take care. Alright, welcome back, everyone who's in the ad break. Thank you for doing that. I don't... Okay. So, when I was on the plane back from Japan, one of the recommended movies was, like, on the flight, on the TV, was The Challengers with Zendaya. So I watched it, right? And honestly, it was a decent movie. It was a decent movie. I could probably talk about it for longer than necessary, but it was 6.5 out of 10 stars, maybe 7. Maybe. It was what I'll say is it had really good storytelling mechanics. Like it was good at keeping my attention. You know, even though I was like tired on a plane, you know, like it does a lot of like it tells you the story without like telling it, like you gotta kind of like pick up on stuff, which I really liked. But the characters were all almost a little bit too unlikable in some ways. You know, like at the end you're like, who the fuck am I rooting for? But it was still fun. I still think it was good. I think it was worth the watch. That's all I'll say. I won't spoil anything. But I will say, spoiler, there is dick, like just straight up dick in it. And the problem is I'm on the plane and Leah and I were separated for the flight. So I'm sitting in a middle seat in between 2 Japanese people and one of them is asleep, which is fine, but the girl next to me, I don't know how conservative she is, but all of a sudden I'm watching a movie and there's just like fucking wang, like, oh my god, I was like, and it was like, literally, it was the recommended movie. When I opened up the fucking app, it was like, you wanted this, is recommended, watch this. I'm sorry. On the plane? Like, on the plane? It was so awkward, because there's a couple parts where I was like, okay, like, maybe this is a little bit too intense right now on the plane, like, a little bit, you know, like, the kissing is a little too sensual, so I was like, I was already skipping ahead at some parts, because I just didn't want to make the people next to me uncomfortable, and then there's like a scene where in their locker room, and I was kind of like, okay, like, but it was like kind of important dialogue. And then yeah, there's just like dick on the screen. And I was like, and I like started panicking. Oh my god, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my god. So like I did skip ahead, but there was a couple times where I was like getting like scared that they were gonna do it again. So I started like trying to censor it with my hand. Because I'm like, I'm already halfway through the movie. I don't want to cut it off. Like, I want to know what happens. Like, I don't want to just turn off this movie. Like, it was good enough that I wasn't comfortable just like, well, not uncomfortable, but I wasn't willing to just shut it off the second they showed Wang, you know? But I was definitely like, oh no. Oh no. So they had porn. Yeah, porn equals any kind of nudity. That is so true. So true about porn. Yeah, it was so funny. Yeah, so that was a little awkward. It was a little awkward, but the movie was not bad. Yeah, true. Pornographic film, so porn. Yep. You know exactly what porn is. Snakes on a plane?
No, there is a dick on the screen in front of me. I better start placing my hand on.
Yeah, I guess that's no. Definitely watch it whenever it's included on some sort of streaming service. Yeah, it was like some people might like it more than me, but I did like the method of which they told the story, and the actors were all very good. Like Zendaya is a great actor. Everybody knows that. It's a fact about her. So like, and probably honestly, I was watching a movie and it was like, am I just watching this because Zendaya's in it? Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not even a #1 Zendaya fan, but like, I was still like mostly drawn to it because it has her in it. Like, I don't know. I guess she just has that kind of star power now where I'm just like, oh, it's probably good as Zendaya, and it's recommended. That's fine. Like, I'm the guy that I'm the reason they have the recommended thing, because I was like, good enough for me. My decision's made for me. And then had a dick in it, and I was like, that's scary to me when there's other people around me who are not watching the movie willingly, who can just like look at it. To be fair, I was like literally at the very, very, very back of the plane though. Like, there was no one behind me. So there was no like child who could have been sitting in the middle seat behind me, or like one of the seats behind me, and just like seen what I saw on my screen, which that would have stressed me out a lot more because like I will like sometimes like over the shoulder watch people's movies if they're in the seats in front of me. Like, you're like, what is that guy doing? So that I guess that would have been worse. I would have been more embarrassed if someone with a small child was like sitting behind me, but there was no one behind me, so I was able to recline my chair all the way back. Should have just looked over at the person next to you, winked at them, and looked back at the screen. Yeah, I think it was worse though because they were watching Young Sheldon. They're watching Young Sheldon and like pausing it and taking notes in Japanese. So I don't know if they were studying Young Sheldon or what that was about, but I feel like on the scale of like things that are different from a movie that could have a dick in it, like Young Sheldon is pretty far away, if that makes sense, you know? Like, if they were watching something else that like could have had a boob in it, like I don't think I would have cared as much, but like they watched like Young Sheldon and like a couple of kids movies, and then I just put on a movie with like a like oh my god, I don't know, I was so embarrassed. Sure want to watch anything young about that, Sheldon? Oh god. Oh my god, look, it's Wang. Yeah, 75 in it for Zendaya. Zendaya put on a great performance as always. It was good. I didn't know it was literally the recommended movie. When I opened the app, it was the first one they put there. So like, even if she did complain about me, which I don't think she did, but when I first saw her taking notes, I was like, what if the notes that she's writing right now is a complaint about me? I was a little bit paranoid. I got over it quickly, but like there was like that thought that popped in my head. I was like, what if she's gonna like, the girl next to me is watching porn? But like, even if they did complain, I could be like, this was literally the first movie that came up here on recommended. Like, I can show you that it was. Like, I'm doing what the app basically told me to do, which is watch that movie. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, it was still a pretty decent flight. You know, Yeah, if it was on my laptop, that would have been different. Because it was the recommended movie, I had like at least, like if someone did complain, I had like at least an argument for it. But yeah. Probably one of the best jump scares ever. Like that got my adrenaline pumping for a second there. It was scary. Oh my god, could you imagine I accidentally rewind on the dig scene instead of fast forward? That would have been scary. That would have been scary. That would have been so fucked up. No! I was very scared of accidentally pausing on it too. If pause and then the thing freezes. That would have been so crazy. Yeah. And then I got kicked off the plane, then they just pulled over in the middle of the ocean. Like, figure it out. Swim back to Canada. Have to call for assistance. I screamed. That would have been so embarrassing. Yeah. But yeah, Japan was so great. It was so great. And the people there were really nice. And the food was so good. And going to the grocery store today and not being able to buy a rice ball or anything for super cheap was so sad. But one other thing about Japan that I have to say is like literally like the rural areas, like if we were like looking up rural areas to stay in Japan, but we like obviously couldn't because of the typhoon. But like literally the most rural places were like the size of Calgary, which Calgary is like one of Canada's biggest cities. So like the place where like, oh yeah, it's a really small town, has like 2 million people living there. It's like, that's the small town? And like, granted, there's like people in the countryside, so it still like gives a small town vibe, I'm sure. But it's like, I don't know, after going there, it makes like the city that I live in feel like a fucking ghost town. Like, it's like, wow, there's like no one here. The young lady next to me is watching Dick with a hint of tennis. Fancy calling you? Yeah, there's been a complaint. They're turning back the plane. Don't worry, you'll get a refund. Honestly, if they put me in Japan and then gave me the refund for the flight to Japan, I'd be okay, I think, for a while. Be like, yay! Oh, thank you, Lazy Crypt. Lazy Crypt? Proud of you, son. I forgot what I was just talking about. Oh yeah, but that was wild. Perspective, man. Perspective. Canada looks like a little ants country for ants. Yeah. Dad joke? Alright, it's time for a dad joke. Is everyone ready for a dad joke? Alright. Alright. I stayed up all night wondering where the sun went. Then it dawned on me. But
Bruh.
I like that one. Oh. And I found out he had been kidnapped by the East India Tea Company. The son? That's a reference to something I don't remember. I don't know if I've seen it, but I don't recollect that. Feel like Sunlight Kid, not the best joke. Oh. Just like the movie Taken. Okay. And sorry, just rest in peace, my Animal Crossing island. Alright, I'm gonna darken up the lip a little bit because it's Halloween now. It's Halloween. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna do. I don't think I ever showed you my Spirit Halloween haul from last year. Or if I did, it was like a year ago. I'm gonna go grab it. East India was a sketchy company that did a lot of pirate fighting in the 1600s to 1700s. Oh. I see. That would be better if I was more educated. Okay. Good picture though. Looks like... Okay, sorry, this is from last year. I like to buy things in Spirit Halloween the day after Halloween because it's all like half off. By the way, and then next year you have stuff from Spirit Halloween. So... But yeah, I think I mostly plan on doing this all like... whatever I had, because I've used a few things. Like my cow and bunny ears are from Spirit Halloween, so like I use those, obviously. So I have some stuff left though that I have yet to use. So one of these things I bought like these what is it called? Whatever, these wings that demon would wear? Demon wings, I guess? Fairy wings, yeah. A fairy. That's what I had in mind. Bat wings? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but you know, I thought, you know, I could wear a little costume with this, you know, do a little something, but I haven't yet, so, you know, but it's around Halloween time. And then, I also, okay, this sounds a little crazy. In my defense, I was thinking Catwoman when I bought this Catwoman, because Catwoman has a whip, okay, so I bought a little fake whip. But, is this a whip? Hold the fuck on. Yeah, it says whip, but it has a devil horn at the bottom. Whip. But yeah, it's a whip. Catwoman has a whip. Catwoman. I don't know. I don't know if I was thinking I was gonna do a Catwoman cosplay. But I was like, I need that. So I bought it. Oh, I bought... Oh, yeah. Right, okay. Is that... Okay. Anyway, I bought these. I forgot that I had these. Actually, this is great. These would be great for my Mavis cosplay. Also, that one girl, Thorn. Thorn from Hex Girls has these. Anyway, I was gonna make them a night. And then I bought this, mind you, I bought this in November 1st last year, so it's been a minute since I looked at this stuff, but I bought this black collared cape, as you can see, and I was thinking Shadow Peach, because she wears this, like, she has this like thing, and I was like, that should be easy to turn it into that, if you know what I'm thinking. So that's why, but you know, it could still be good for other things. Shadow from Sonic, yeah. And then this is gonna be great. I bought the Corpse Bride wedding dress. From, you know, Emily from Corpse Bride. And I have that body paint that's actually kind of looks blue, so that's gonna work really well. But I don't have a blue wig like that, so, but this could be one of our looks that we can look forward to in the upcoming weeks, because it's Halloween. So, Corpse Bride movie night would be fun. I'm not against that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I also bought a nurse costume. I thought perhaps I could turn this into a Silent Hill nurse. Or I could just be a nurse. A nurse. When's the last time you saw a nurse that looked like this? But, you know, I have this now. It's hard because I always forget things that are near me. So, yeah. But the Corpse Bride I'm particularly excited about. The same haul as when I bought the Lydia Deetz costume, which I will bust out again for season. But yeah, we're approaching it. HR issues for get real nurse? Yeah, for real. Who decided on that uniform? I love Corpse Bride. They had a really cool mug this year featuring Emily and Spirit, so I obviously had to get it. Oh, hell yeah. Shadow in the new Sonic movie. Yeah, I did see some screenshots of it, and apparently it looks really, really, really good, like visually. Which is exciting because the best Sonic game is Sonic Adventure Battle 2. 2 Battle? Best game. One of the best games, period. But yeah, in Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow has a girl, Maria, that he loves. I don't know if they were romantically involved. I can't recall. But that's like his whole like motive. Like whenever he dies, he goes Maria. So when I saw that shot of the little girl looking at the two, I'm like, was that Maria? Because yeah, it was kind of weird. You know, they did that again in like Sonic 2006, where there's like a human, regular looking human that's just like in the story. He's so fast. Why does he need a motorcycle? To look cool, obviously. Robotnik makes Shadow to protect Maria. Thank you. Thank you, lore keeper. Okay, so Maria is gonna be in it. I would love to get a little more Maria lore, and that's what I was thinking. People have said that it's like very lore accurate. So that's good because I only know one game, and this looks like the one game that I know. So I'm like, yay, lore accurate to the one game that I know. Does Shadow have his Lara Croft dual handguns? I mean, in Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, Shadow the Hedgehog does straight up have like a gun. So that's kind of funny. Is he gonna shoot people in the movie? Or we have to wait for Sonic the Hedgehog 4 for that? Or do we have to wait for the Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off movie where he has a gun? I need to play the Shadow the Hedgehog movie because I just or game movie game because I just remember like I loved Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and I played it like I rented it like more times than the game is worth for sure, so many times, and then I remember visiting my cousin and he had the Shadow the Hedgehog game and I was like so taken aback when he was playing and he just had like a fucking he was just like playing as Shadow and he just has a gun because like to be fair like you kind of have guns in Sonic Adventure 2 because you have the robots and they shoot like lasers. So it's like not that far of a jump that they might just have like a handgun, but it did seem a little odd. You were like, oh, I guess he could have a gun. It just feels so weird. They're like Uzis, right? I don't remember. I feel like there might have been more than one kind of a gun, but I don't know because I just remember like looking at it briefly and being like, he has guns. Why they give Shadow a gun? Because he's Shadow. That's why. It'd be funny to stream the Shadow Hedgehog game. Yeah, it would be funny.